Monica. So they're
so
saying,
y'all think that Jack Harlow
so when
was
they
trying to
asked
call
him,
some niggas.
my nigga, my. So they asked him, my
I
nigga.
can't
Then they
unlearn that. I can't. Jack Harlow's latest album, Monica, has not only stirred up some of the best internet memes, but also some skepticism about the inspiration behind the name of the album. He says he named his album Monica because it's just a pretty name that he's always liked. The internet is like, nah, bruh, we're not letting you off that easy. Because once people started saying it out loud, they started hearing something else. And now the conversation isn't just about a polarizing album. It's evolved into the question, how did he not pick up on this?
I am Broadway the Lyricist, homie, just let me do my thing.
I'm Broadway the Lyricist. Welcome back to the channel. Let's get to it. So Jack Harlow goes on the New York Times podcast called Popcast, and the host asks him directly why he named his album Monica. And his answer, he just likes the name. Says it's very pretty and compares it to Adrian for a male. That's it. No deeper meaning, no personal story, just a name that he's always liked. Now, normally, an answer like that comes and goes. That's business as usual. Quick headline, quick clip, we move on. For some reason, this one stuck because people started doing something very simple. They started repeating the name.
My nigga.
Out loud, slow, then fast. And once that switch flips, you can't turn it off. Now the timeline is filled with people saying there's no way he ain't catch that. And suddenly, this isn't a naming choice anymore. It's a debate. Let's address the elephant in the room without dancing around it. The conversation online is that Monica, said a certain way, can sound like something else.
My nigga.
And for some people, that's not a coincidence. That's where the skepticism comes from. Not proof, not confirmation, just that feels a little too close to ignore. And this is where it gets a little more layered. Because there's a difference between not meaning something and not being aware of how something can be interpreted. Those are not the same thing. You could be completely innocent of intent and still recognize how something might land. So when people hear Jack's explanation, they're not asking if he meant it. They're asking if he noticed it. Now let's be real. Jack Harlow is not new to this. He's had conversations about race, culture, and perception before. He understands how he's positioned in hip hop. So when somebody like that gives a very clean answer, it raises eyebrows. And not because it proves anything, but because it feels like something's being left out. And this is where the audience splits. Because some people are like, y'all reaching, it's just a name, not everything is a conspiracy. The other side is like, yo, it's 2026, with everything artists are aware of, there's no way that didn't cross his mind. And both sides sounding just believable enough to keep the conversation alive. But here's what's really happening underneath all of this. Once the audience starts questioning your explanation, you don't control the narrative anymore. They do. Because now people are filling in the gaps with their own assumptions. And once that happens, the original answer doesn't even matter as much. Hip hop has always lived in a space between what was said, what was meant, and what people took from it. That's part of the culture. It's layered, it's coded, it's interpreted. So even something as simple as a name can turn into a full-blown conversation. So now we're back to the real question, and I want to hear from you. Do you believe Jack Harlow when he says Monica is just a pretty name? Or do you think he heard exactly what people are hearing now, but he just chose not to go there? I'm not here to tell anybody what to think, but I do want to know where you land. So let me know in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you're new here, consider subscribing and turn on notifications so you guys don't miss out on what's next. And if you're rocking with these more unfiltered hip hop conversations, make sure you check out my Hip Hop Didn't Tell You playlist. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate y'all. Peace.